Today is Taco Tuesday. Today we are at Torchy's Damn Good Tacos. I started off with 3, but by the time my camera lady got here, I only have 2. Basically, on Tuesdays, we sit down, check while we eat tacos. Also, on Taco Tuesday, this is a no judgment zone. Whatever you go through, I go through, we all go through things, so this is a no judgment zone. And we're just gonna share our stories. So today, I'm gonna talk about my personal experience with dating a baby daddy. And it has been hell. But being with him has been a damn good time. Oh, just to let y'all know, this is a hell of a ride, so I got 2 drinks. And as I talk, I'm gonna be eating my food too because this is a lot, but I'm gonna take y'all through my story. I met Carlos back in May of 2018, and I was going through a breakup. I mean, a very bad breakup. Something I prayed God my way out of. Like, Lord, please, just get me out this relationship. Whatever you do, like, I'm literally Googling how to get myself out this relationship. So me and Carlos' brother was like very cool, real cool. And one day I FaceTimed him while I was at work. And so I used to always ask about his brother Carlos. So I'm like, what Carlos said? How he doing? So he put Carlos on the camera. He was getting a haircut. And I was like, damn, Carlos the guy fine as hell. So bam, I was like, give him my number. He was like, alright. So he gave him my number. I thought he wasn't gonna give it to him, but he gave him my number. So when that happened, I hit him up. We texted him one night, and he was like, pull up on me. They was in some apartments, I forgot. So I pull up to the apartments or whatever. I'm just playing. I'm like, give me a kiss. Trying to see if he gonna give me a kiss. Remind you, man, I was just breaking up, so I'm doing whatever to get over this dude over here. So I see this dude right here. He attractive, so he give me a kiss. So we kissed or whatever. I'm like, ooh, still got a groove in. Okay. So after that, we ended up, I worked down the street from his mama's apartment, like 3 minutes away. Why did God do that? So 3 minutes away, I used to go over there on my break. So I'm over there on my break or whatever. This like 5 or 6 days in. We talking 5 or 6 days in. And I get to his mama's house. We laying on the couch. And bam, it happened. I'm like, dawg, I ain't never had nothing like this. I'm confused. I'm like, man, I just let this man have sex with me. It ain't been a week. It ain't even been 6 days. He gonna think I'm a hoe. Oh my God. I'm panicking. I'm having an attack, like, Lord, he gonna stop talking to me, or he just gonna think I'm a free bitch. That's what I'm thinking. So I text him, I'm like, do you really think I'm a hoe? Like, would you see yourself being with me? Because it ain't been a week. So he's like, nah, I don't think you're a hoe, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So after a couple more times, your girl get crazy. Like, now, do you really got a girlfriend? Let me know. Let me know what's up. So he like, nah, I ain't got no. My investigative skills told me to go type his name in on Facebook. I went and typed his name in on Facebook. I pushed Carlos, put his name in, and bam, I see a girl make a status about him. I called him, and I'm like, who is Keto? And he like, what you talking about? I said, who is Keto? Well, he was like, well, that's my old girlfriend, and we ain't together no more. She out of town doing work, so we really off and on. So I'm like, okay. Well, hey, Keto ain't here. I ain't got to worry about Keto. So after that, I'm like, Keto keep tagging you and posts on Facebook, so what's up with you and Keto? He like, man, I don't know what's wrong with her. We not doing this and that. That's my old girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. So me, I'm like, okay. So I seen him comment on some of her stuff. So once I seen that, I ha-ha'd it. I liked it, I did something. So after I liked all his stuff, I didn't think, I don't know if I didn't think or I didn't care about her knowing that I liked it. So after so long, she ended up making a status about me. So I'm like, yo, okay, this my time to reach out to her and see what's going on. So my friend ended up calling her. Remind you, this 2018, very childish, very immature. Hey, I just met a dude who just gave me what I've been looking for the longest. So as we on the phone, her and my friend talking, and then she ended up giving me the phone. So she introduced herself, I introduced myself, I told her who I was, and so she was asking me questions about Carlos, as far as if we was having sex and like what all were we doing. So I was honest with her, I told her like everything. And so she was like, well, you can have him, I don't want him, he done did this, he done did that. I done had this many abortions, I done been pregnant, da 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 da. So I'm like, okay, when he decides to tell me that he's in a relationship, I'll leave him alone. Remind you that, to be honest, at this point, I'm just very, like, doing whatever to get over this dude. Like, I don't care what it gotta be, I just need to get over him. So, after that conversation, I pulled up on Carlos. So we talking, I'm like, so he went on and told me who she was and da 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 what they had going on. I'm like, okay, cool, are you still messing with her? He was like, nah, I don't mess with her, I barely even talk to her, she don't even stay here, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, hey, at this point, I'm just believing whatever he say. And so then, his birthday come around in July. And we had previously had a conversation, and he was asking me questions if I still had feelings for the guy I was with, and I was like, yeah, like I still love him. Why did I do that? City girls damn 100. So he was like, okay, cool, alright. So from that point on, he was acting kind of, I don't know, like off. Like, we was, like, the sex still was good. Everything was still everything, but his vibe was out. Like, girls was calling his phone. And he would always tell me, Jamari, I don't want to be in a relationship. And I'm like, why you want to be in a relationship? Like, he's like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I ain't ready. He just kept saying this, but it's like, you keep having sex with me like you ready. So you confusing me at this point. So, his birthday. I had did something nice for him for his birthday. I went and bought him gifts. And we get to his house like the night before his birthday, and I'm like, where you at? He was like, I'm gonna go to the club with my friends. And I'm like, on a Monday? It's Monday. You ain't going to the club on a Monday. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with my friends to the club. I'm like, okay, cool. So at this time, no, before that, I ended up having a little altercation with the guy that I was trying to get over. I witnessed some stuff that I shouldn't have witnessed, or I shouldn't even been around. But I did some stuff that led me on house arrest. So when I went to jail for that, I called Carlos, and I'm like, well, I did some stuff, thinking of some stuff to say to him so he won't know that I went to jail for another guy. So he like, okay, I'm breaking the story down to him, and he just going along with it. Like, he cleaning my scars up on my knees. He charging my ankle monitor up, making sure it's charged up. And I'm like, him so sweet. But the whole time, I done ran wild about another dude. So we talked about that. I ended up, I don't know if I was honest, I can't really remember, but I told him what it was about. And
Carlos, was she honest?
I don't know what it was about, but he was like, okay, and then it's just like, it's just, I'll just stop. I'll be like, you want me to come over there? And he like, nah, you ain't got to. It went from, yeah, but I'm pull up to, nah, you ain't got to. So I'm like, okay. So his birthday came, and I feel bad, like, man, I need to buy him something for his birthday. I really like him, like, I really like him. So I bought him some, and then I had my own apartment too. And I was like, I would give him the rest of his gifts tomorrow. But he was like, he wanted to go with his friends. So I'm like, okay. So on his birthday, the next day, I was calling him, like blowing his phone up. He wouldn't answer. He wouldn't text back. He wouldn't respond. It was just like blank. So I'm like, okay. So by the time I got out of work, no, it was like almost 6 o'clock. He called me. He was like, you want to go out to eat? And I'm like, where you been? Like, at this point, he ain't my dude. He keep making it known he don't want to be my dude. So I'm like, okay, where you been? I'm in my feelings still. So he was like, while we was back there, I heard his grandma say Keita's name. And I'm like, why she saying her name? Like, what's going on? He was like, nothing. So he was like, come on, let's go out to eat. So I'm like, alright, we can go out to eat. You gonna pay for it? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for it. Come on, let's go. I was like, okay, let me get my little girl. So I got my little girl, and he was like, while we in the car, we just talking. I'm gonna tell you how God works, because we were supposed to didn't pull out. But I was like, nah, let's just sit here, you know, make sure, you know, my monitor charge up and everything or whatever. So he's like, okay, alright. So we sitting in the car talking. I see a red Charger pull up, and they like carry up and park in the parking lot. And I'm like, who is this pulling up like this? So she jumped out the car. I already knew how she had looked, because like that Saturday before his birthday, I saw her at the nail shop. She acted like she didn't know me, but I knew she had reached out to him, because when I'm in the nail shop calling him to tell him I see her. Come to find out down the line, he told me he had already knew, because he had talked to her, whatever. So when she pulled up, she saw my car, and she walked like to the front of my car, and she was like, you can leave. And I was like, I ain't going nowhere. She was like, I said you can leave. And I said, I ain't going nowhere. So she was like, okay, bet. So she walked upstairs or whatever, because he had went in the house by this time. She walked upstairs, went in his mama's house. I don't know what was said or whatever, but she came back outside, was like, you said you want me to have your baby. You was just telling me you want me to have your baby. So I'm looking like, what? What's going on? So, so I'm like, what? So Carlos' mom was like, she ain't been over here. I ain't seen her, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, yo, baby, like, what, she just popping up and she just retarded or what? So I'm trying to figure it all out. So, remind you, he was in the car with me. He was supposed to ride to the restaurant with me. He hopped in his mama's truck. So I get out of my car, I walk around to his mama's truck, and I'm like, what you doing? Where you going? He like, nah, I'ma just trail you there, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, for what? He was like, I'ma just trail you there. So I'm like, okay, his mama talking or whatever. The whole time I'm on the ankle monitor, I'm trying to hide that from his mama, because I don't want her to be judging me or whatnot. So Keita ended up, no, his mama was telling Keita, calm down, her little girl right here, her daughter right here. And Keita was like, fuck her daughter. So I was like, ooh. Ooh. I said, ooh. Okay. She was out there saying I asked her to leave, but she won't leave. And I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. Like, bitch, who the bully? You're not no bully. So I'm like, okay. So July, she was mad. She went live. We had word. She was posting me on her social media next to animals. She was doing all type of crazy stuff. She was doing crazy stuff next to Al. She was doing crazy stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. Alright. So in August, me and him was still talking. He still ain't telling me nothing. So she was like, I'm pregnant. I feel like summer right there. Carlo, did you screw this girl for real? Like, please don't tell me you did. That's how I'm fit. So he like, no, I don't know what she's talking about. So I'm like, okay, so what she mean she pregnant? If you ain't getting no with her, what she mean? So I knew, like I had already learned him and studied him from the time where he was cheating. And, well, I wouldn't say cheating because he didn't want to be with me. But when he was doing him, I could tell when he lying. I know he's bad when he lying. So I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, it's something you ain't telling me. And he was like, he just would not say nothing. And I'm like, okay, let me just go on with the flow. Let me keep going with the flow. But when I'm at it, let me do me too. So I'm still screwing him, messing with him. But hey, I got somebody right here too. So, but my feelings with him, like how can I love this man and he don't want to be with me? I was just confused to this. So as time went on, he was working at the fair, trying to get a little hustle. And Keita's family, Keita's sister and mama popped up. I was looking cute, had my bun, my dress on, you know, good bra, all that. And by this time he had already was honest with me and told me like, yeah, he had messed around with her around his birthday. And the only reason why he told me that is because she posted a picture on Snapchat to prove to me that she was messing with him. So he had went on and told me the truth that they had got a hotel room. Around this time he had told me the truth. So I ended up, we at the fair, and her mom and sister popped up, and her mom was like, do you know Keita pregnant? So this your girlfriend? And Carlos was like, yeah, this my girlfriend. And she was like, you leave this for that? And so I walked out, because I'm like, I'm not going to disrespect nobody, mama, I wasn't raised like that. So as I walked out, I heard her say, yeah, you better walk out. So when I heard that, I turned around. And I stood in the middle of her mom and her sister. And I was like, I was just listening. And she was like, yeah, she's pregnant and you know she got a good job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, alright, I ain't say nothing. So after the incident at the fair, we on the way home and he received a text message. It's like, dang, and I'm like, who texting you? It was an ultrasound. Hold on. I said she pregnant. I said, yeah, she pregnant. I said, so what you gonna do? He was like, I'ma just see what's up with her. I said, how you gonna see that? She ain't gonna wanna talk to you. She know you messing with me. So he like, I'ma see what's up with her. So we had already discussed like breaking up or like faking a breakup to see if she'll talk to him. So I'm like, okay, December come up, and I'm like, okay, it's been too long. No, in November, I didn't believe she was really pregnant. I was thinking like maybe the ultrasound was fake. I was in denial or whatever you want to say, because from my understanding from like his surroundings, she had lied plenty of times about being pregnant. So I'm thinking it's fake. So I get on Facebook in November and I see, you know how I be like, such like such post. So I seen such like Keita post, and Keita was pregnant. And I was like, ooh, she pregnant for real. So me and Carlos, we talked and we discussed like a fake breakup or like really actually breaking up. Because I feel like, in my heart, I was like, she has went too long in her pregnancy without a companion. Like, I don't know how he feels. I don't want to know how he feels. So I feel like you should reach out to her. So he would try to reach out to her and talk to her, but she did not want to talk. She did not want to communicate. It was like a lot of hostility. So December, that's when that happened. So January the 1st, which was my birthday, he actually broke up with me on my birthday. I was like, I had just left from with my other dude that I had asked God to release me from. His family had thrown us a joint birthday party. So I was with him that night, and then I had went with Carlos, and I was like, can I spend the night with you? And he like, no. So me doing my investigation, I'm like, oh, he treated. Like, I need to see what's up with him. So I get on Keita's page, and I see Keita say, baby daddy, baby daddy, I'm tired of you. So I bust up in his brother's house. I go up the steps. I go where he at, and I'm like, "What this supposed to mean? What's this?" Like, I'm trying to see what's this. Because at this point, we're in a relationship. We made it official. Like, man, when did we make it official? I think it was like September, October sometime. Whenever that stuff happened at the first, that was October, I believe. We made it official. Like, we're a couple. Because I didn't believe she was pregnant. I just could not believe it. So, I was like, can I just spend the night with you? And he was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So that morning, for some reason, this one number guy, because that morning, when I tell you this man was sleeping with his phone in the pillowcase, under the pillow, probably in his boxes. But this morning, he got up, left his phone on the pillow, and went to the bathroom. When he went to the bathroom, I picked up the phone. I knew his password because I had watched over his shoulder and got it. So I go through the phone and I want to see you, da-da-da-da, Taquita. Like, he want to get back with her. So I'm like, really? And he acting nonchalant. So when he act nonchalant, I already know, like, it's dead. He ain't finna lie about it. He ain't gonna say nothing about it. You saw it for yourself, so it's dead. So I'm like, bro, I'm finna go. He like, that? I'm like, I'm gonna try this again. I'm finna go. He like, that? I'm like, okay. So, January the 3rd, I'm calling him. He barely texting me, barely calling me, not talking to me. I'm blowing his phone up. So, I call his phone. He didn't answer. A few minutes later, I received a phone back. I'm like, oh, he didn't call me. Okay, he called me. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, hello. I'm trying to say I'm mad but cute at the same time. I'm like, hello. It was a girl voice. She like, can you stop calling Carlos' phone? He with me. We together. Why she say that for? I said, who is this? She said, this Keita. I said, okay. I know exactly where Keita stay. So let me jump in my car. So I come all the way from South Haven to Memphis in like, I don't know how many minutes, but I did 80 all the way down the street to South Haven. So as I'm coming down Rains, I see Carlos' mama's truck. And I'm like, man, I want to run into the back of this truck, but man, this is what I just got in trouble for, but man, forget it. I'm like, nah, his mama ain't do nothing to me. So I pull up, I trail Carlos to Keita's house. I'm like, this what you doing? This what you doing? She like, move, Carlos, I finna shoot her. I finna go in the house, I finna shoot her. So Carlos was telling me like, go on, leave, Jamari, go on, leave. So at this point, I had just bought Carlos clean stuff for Christmas. So I'm like, let me pull up back in his mama's house and get my Christmas gift. Pull up over there. Let me remind you, man, from Whitehaven to East Memphis, that's like 30 minutes. So as I'm there talking to his mama, telling her what's going on, Carlos walked through the door. And he like, Keita gotta pee. I said, she couldn't pee at her house? Y'all was just in her parking lot. In her driveway. She couldn't pee at home. So, he like, brother, I don't know. She gotta pee. So I'm like, okay. So she walked in the house. She didn't even pee. She sat on the couch. So she's sitting there talking to his mama like, let me see, we ain't gonna do this back and forth. Like, Boogaloo, what you wanna do? So Keita's sitting there like, I don't want to be with him. He want to be with me. I don't want to be with him. So I'm like, Carlos, you want to be with her? He was like, yeah. I said, huh? He was like, yeah. So I'm standing there. His mama was like, come on, Jamari, get your stuff, whatever you bought, whatever. And hey, y'all can leave it at that. Y'all talk later, whatever y'all gonna do. So as he in the room giving me my stuff, he throwing it in the bed. He like, I don't need that. But then he was like, chill out. So I'm like, so as he's talking to me, Keita get out her chair to come see what we talking about. So I get my stuff and I leave. So a couple days later, I took a pregnancy test and it was like positive. And I'm like, God works in mysterious ways. So this happened in January when he got back with Keita in January. So when I left his house, getting my clothes or whatever, I went back to the dude's house that I prayed my way out of. I went back to his house, laying up with him. But the whole time, my mind is on Carlos, like you didn't even prepare me for this. I know we talked about it, we discussed it, but you were supposed to give me a heads up. So
it was supposed to be fake.
Yeah, it was supposed to be fake. So I'm like, okay. So I'm doing my thing, he doing his thing. So I had became real cool with Carlos' big brother girlfriend. Her name is Laura, and I got cool with her sister, which is London. So I'm staying in contact with them, trying to see what's what over there. They giving me the whole rundown, what's going on over there, what they doing, from the arguments, from the fights, from her going through his phone, all that. So I'm like, I used to call Laura and I'm like, hey, is she there? And she like, no. So I'm trying to get in contact with him. So I told him I was pregnant and he was like, that ain't my baby. And I was like, what you mean this ain't your baby? He was like, that ain't my baby. So he put me, her, and him in a group chat. And he was like, you know that ain't my baby, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, she put me in a group. She put us in a group chat. Okay, so I'm in a group chat. So she was like, I'll pay for you an abortion. Just get an abortion and leave us alone. And I'm like, you gonna pay for us an abortion? Okay, I'm with it. If you gonna pay for it, I'm with it. So she would say like he couldn't bring me the money for the abortion, but she would pay for it. And I'm like, okay, how I'ma get it? So she was like, I ain't gonna, he can't come bring it to you. I get Laura to bring it to you. So I'm like, okay. So I'm talking to his mama, and his mama's just mad, like she don't believe in abortion. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. But this a little bit too much, and then she offering to pay for me once. Let's get it done. So, January, still into it heavy. He like, let me see a proof of papers, let me see your ultrasound. I'm sending all this. Just to prove him, baby, I ain't trying to lie to keep you like, hey, let me go. If she gonna pay for it, let it be what it be. So, February came, and Laura, London, and myself, we had went to Pyros. And in the mix of this, I seen Carlos outside with his brother, so I was like, come here. So he came here, and I was like, give me a kiss. He gave me a kiss. And I was like, he was trying to play hard at first, like, nah, man, nah, I ain't gonna give you no kiss, nah. I'm like, give me a kiss. I was like, if you still care about me, give me a kiss. So he kissed me. I said, okay, I got him. My whole intentions only was to be sexual with him. I wasn't intending on being serious with him. I wasn't intending on none of that. I just wanted sex. So, February came, and we had started back talking. And when we started back talking, I remember hurting real bad, sitting on that toilet. And the next day I went to the hospital. I was notified that I was having a miscarriage or whatever. So me and him, he went to the doctor with me to get a DNC or whatever. And then after that, you know, he just started apologizing. And I was like kind of skeptical, like, I don't know, like, hell no, I don't know, no. So at this moment, after that happened, like a couple weeks later, it's still in February, she had called trying to pull up. He had posted a picture on Facebook with a hoodie I had previously took back from Christmas. And she was like, you back with this B word? And he was like, yeah, we together. So when that happened, he came back upstairs and he was telling me. And so we had ended up going, we was in his mama bathroom. And she had called him trying to pull up. But the whole time she begging to pull up and he on the phone with her, he had me bent over on his mama's sink. Baby, that was damn good, baby. Damn good. So while she on the phone begging to come over, and I'm like, harder. So she going off about me one night, and I don't know if she know if we was doing it or not. I don't know to this day. I don't know, but we were. And I was like, after that, I was like, okay, we need to figure this out because I can't keep going back and forth. I'm not gonna allow you to go back and forth. So you need to tell me what we gonna do. We ended up sitting down talking, and I made some confessions, and he made some confessions, and he like, you really was doing all this, bro? And I'm like, yeah, I was doing it. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah. And I'm like, you really was doing all this? I mean, he had told me from having sex with other girls, talking to other girls, going to see other girls. So I was skeptical, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to be with him seriously. I know I want to have sex with him. I want the sexual relationship, but I don't know if this is where I want to be. Like, right now. Get that bread, get that head, He was making promises like, you know, he gonna be different, da da da. So I'm like, okay, let me spill my beans. So I spilled my beans and I told him, yeah, I want to be with you. Because deep in my heart, I wanted to be with him. I just was scared of what the outcome might be like. If you broke up with me because she wouldn't talk to you while she was pregnant, would you break up with me when she had the baby and she's not pregnant and you really want to see your son? I'm like, so what's the next step? And he's like, I'ma handle it. I said, oh, you ain't gotta worry. I've been there, done it. I said, put yourself on child support. I said, go get visitation rights. I said, you can play the game how it's supposed to be played. I said, but if you really want to be with me, you'll play the game. You'll play shit and not chippers. You'll be with me. I said, you wouldn't let no baby hold you back from being with me if I'm who you want to be with. So he was like, okay. So in March, she reached out and talked about her baby shower or whatnot. And I was like, before I could even put my input on it, he was like, no, I don't want to go. Like, I don't got time for her family. I don't want to go. So I'm like, shit, y'all ain't together, what you playing family for? I mean, if we together, no, I don't agree with you going. Y'all not a family, y'all not together. I mean, I felt sympathy for her, but it's like all my sympathy went out the window once you agreed to pay for another woman's abortion. Like, no. And then on top of that, when I was pregnant and she put it out on Facebook, which she was commenting on it and saying little stuff, but she was saying how she was gonna have my baby mopping the floor, like the princess, you know, the Brandon movie. She was like, she gonna have my baby mopping the floor, my baby gonna be a maid and all that. So from that point on, I had no sympathy for her at all, period, baby. Go through your pregnancy alone. Go to your baby shower alone. I would be the baby mama at his baby shower. So he ended up having a baby shower or whatever. I helped him with, I bought the baby plenty of clothes. You know, she knew about it. She texted me saying her baby tricking me and all this, like he tricking me, he getting all my money, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So April came, and when April came, she had the baby, and we saw that on Facebook. So once I saw that on Facebook, I was like, oh, you know your baby here?